Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're doing something completely different, something that's been requested more times than I can count. You've asked for it, so here it is. We're stepping inside one of the most exclusive penthouses in the world, a $97 million glass sanctuary floating high above the city lights. But this isn't just a tour. Tonight, you're going to experience what it's actually like to fall asleep in a place where most people will never even set foot. So before we begin this journey together, take a moment to like the video if you're excited about this unique experience, and subscribe if you genuinely enjoy these immersive adventures we go on. I love seeing where you're all watching from, so drop a comment and let me know your location and what time it is where you are. There's something magical about knowing we're all sharing this moment together from different corners of the world. Now dim your lights, maybe grab your favorite blanket, and let's step into a world where luxury meets serenity, where architectural genius meets the gentle embrace of sleep. Picture this. You've just stepped off a private elevator that opens directly into your home. Not a hallway, not a lobby, but straight into your living space. The doors slide open with a whisper, and suddenly you're standing in what can only be described as a floating palace made entirely of glass. The first thing that hits you isn't the opulence or the price tag, it's the silence. A profound, almost sacred quiet that only exists this high above the chaos of the world below. The penthouse spans the entire top floor of the building, 35 stories above the bustling streets. Every wall is floor-to-ceiling glass, creating the sensation that you're suspended in mid-air, cradled by the sky itself. The sun is setting as you enter, painting the horizon in shades of amber and rose gold. The light filters through the pristine glass walls, casting everything in a warm, ethereal glow that seems to pulse gently with your heartbeat. Your footsteps are muffled by heated Italian marble floors that have been polished to mirror perfection. Each step sends tiny vibrations through the stone, but even these feel hushed, respectful of the sanctuary you've entered. The main living area stretches out before you like an endless horizon, with custom furniture that appears to float effortlessly in the space. Nothing feels heavy here. Nothing feels anchored to the earth below. To your left, a living wall of cascading greenery creates a gentle barrier between the social spaces and the more intimate areas. The plants seem to breathe with you, their leaves rustling softly in the whisper of climate-controlled air that maintains perfect temperature and humidity. The wall isn't just decoration. It's a living, breathing organism that purifies the air you breathe, ensuring that every breath you take is clean, fresh, and infused with the subtle essence of jasmine and eucalyptus. The kitchen is a masterpiece of minimalist design, with appliances that disappear into the walls when not in use. The countertops are carved from single slabs of Calacatta marble, veined with gold that catches the fading sunlight. Even the refrigerator is invisible, hidden behind panels that match the surrounding cabinetry perfectly. Everything here is designed to maintain the illusion that you're floating in space, unencumbered by the mundane necessities of daily life. But the true magic reveals itself as you move deeper into the penthouse. The bedroom wing is separated by walls of smart glass that can shift from transparent to opaque with the touch of a button. Right now, they're crystal clear, allowing you to see through to the master suite where your evening will culminate. The bed itself appears to be floating, suspended on a nearly invisible frame that gives the impression it's hovering inches above the floor. As you approach the bedroom, motion sensors detect your presence and begin a carefully choreographed sequence of lighting changes. The harsh overhead lights dim gradually, replaced by warm, amber LED strips hidden along the baseboards and behind the headboard. The transition is so subtle that you barely notice it happening, but your body responds immediately. Your shoulders relax. Your breathing deepens. Your mind begins to quiet. The bathroom is a temple of tranquility, featuring a FD from a single block of black standing soaking tub carved granite The tub sits directly against the glass wall, offering unobstructed views of the city lights beginning to twinkle to life 35 floors below. Imagine sinking into water, heated to the exact temperature of your body, feeling weightless as you gaze out at a world that seems impossibly far away. The shower is equally magnificent, a walk-in space enclosed in frosted glass with rainfall heads positioned at multiple angles. The water pressure is perfect, not too aggressive, not too gentle. It falls like warm summer rain, washing away not just the day's physical residue, but the mental accumulation of stress and worry that clings to us all. Adjacent to the bathroom is a walk-in closet that's larger than most people's bedrooms. The clothing storage is hidden behind seamless panels, maintaining the clean, uncluttered aesthetic that defines the space. Even here, surrounded by luxury items, there's no sense of excess or ostentation. Everything has been curated with intention, chosen tag, but for its ability to contribute to an overall sense of harmony, not for its price and peace. Now, let's talk about what makes this penthouse truly special. It's not the million-dollar art pieces that rotate on hidden tracks, though they're certainly impressive. It's not the wine cellar with bottles worth more than most cars, though the collection is remarkable. What makes this space extraordinary is how it's been designed to work with your body's natural rhythms, to guide you gently toward the most restful sleep of your life. The smart home system doesn't just control temperature and lighting, it monitors air quality, adjusts humidity levels throughout the night, and even generates subtle white noise that masks the distant sounds of the city below. The glass walls aren't ordinary glass. They're triple-paned with a specialized coating that filters out harsh, warm, sleep-promoting blue light while allowing the wavelengths to pass through. As evening deepens into night, you begin to prepare for sleep in ways you've never experienced before. The bathroom's mirror is actually a display screen that can show you real-time biometric data about your stress levels and heart rate variability. But tonight, you don't need data to tell you what you already feel. Your pulse has slowed, your breathing has deepened, your mind has quieted to a gentle whisper. You run a bath in the granited Maker aromatherapist tub, adding essential oils from a collection that will weep with envy. Lavender from the fields of Provence, sandalwood from sustainable forests in India, bergamot from organic groves in Italy. As the oils disperse in the warm water, they create an invisible cloud of calm that seems to wrap around you like a silk cocoon. The water is the perfect temperature, exactly matching your body heat so that you can't tell where you end and the bath begins. You sink into the tub and lean back against the ergonomically designed headrest, gazing out at the city lights that twinkle like earthbound stars. From this height, the traffic looks like rivers of light flowing through canyon streets. The people are invisible, leaving only the gentle pulse of civilization's heartbeat visible in the ebb and flow of illumination. Time moves differently here. Minutes stretch into hours, or perhaps hours compress into minutes. The usual urgency that drives daily life simply doesn't exist in this floating sanctuary. There are no deadlines here, no obligations, no shoulds or musts. There is only this moment, this breath, this sensation of being completely and utterly present. After what feels like both an eternity and an instant, you emerge from the bath and wrap yourself in a towel that's been warmed to body temperature. The fabric is so soft it feels like wearing a cloud. Even this simple act of drying off becomes a meditation. Each gentle pat against your skin a reminder that you are here, you are safe, you are cared for. The bedroom awaits, and as you approach, the smart glass walls gradually shift from transparent to a soft, milky opacity. You're not shut off from the world outside, but you're gently separated from it, cocooned in privacy, while still maintaining that connection to the sky and stars beyond the glass. The bed itself is a marvel of sleep science. The mattress adjusts automatically to your body weight and sleeping position, providing support exactly where you need it while cradling you in perfect comfort. The sheets are made from organic bamboo fiber, naturally against your skin. The pillows are temperature regulating and impossibly smooth, filled with ethically sourced down that's been treated to be hypoallergenic and dust mite resistant. But perhaps the most remarkable feature is the ceiling above the bed. What appears to be solid during the day transforms at night into a transparent portal to the heavens. As you lie back against the pillows, you're gazing directly up at the night sky. Stars barely visible through the city's glow, but somehow more beautiful for their rarity. The room's climate control system works in perfect harmony with your body's natural temperature fluctuations throughout the sleep cycle. As your core temperature drops in preparation for sleep, the room cools slightly. As you enter deeper stages of sleep, the temperature adjusts again, maintaining the perfect environment for restorative rest without ever waking you. The lighting system is equally sophisticated, programmed to mimic the natural progression from sunset to deep night to dawn. As you settle into bed, the amber lights fade gradually, so slowly that you don't notice the transition. Your circadian rhythms respond instinctively, signaling to your brain that it's time to release the day's tensions and embrace the healing power of sleep. From your bed, the view is breathtaking. The city spreads out below you like a living map, its lights forming patterns that shift and pulse with the rhythm of urban life. But you're not part of that rhythm anymore. You're floating above it, observing it with the detached serenity of someone who has stepped outside of time itself. The Penthouse's sound system is playing something barely audible, a composition designed specifically for sleep. It's not quite music and not quite silence, but something in between it from the walls themselves, frequencies. Subtle harmonies that seem to a man chosen to promote deep, restorative sleep cycles. The sound doesn't demand your attention but supports your journey into rest like an invisible pair of hands gently guiding you toward dreams. As you lie there, deeper into the perfect mattress, you become, feeling your body sink, aware of your breathing. Each exhale releases a little more tension. Each inhale brings a little more peace. The glass walls around you seem to pulse gently with your breath, as if the entire penthouse is breathing with you, supporting you, holding you in its transparent embrace. The city lights below begin to blur slightly as your eyes grow heavy. The distant hum of traffic 35 floors below becomes a lullaby. The gentle circulation of perfectly conditioned air becomes a whisper of comfort against your skin. Every element of this extraordinary space has been designed with one purpose: to give you the most perfect, most restorative sleep of your life. And as your consciousness begins to drift toward the edge of dreams, you realize something profound. This isn't just about luxury or expense or showing off architectural achievement. This is about creating a space where the human need for rest and restoration is honored, where sleep becomes not just a biological necessity, but a sacred act of self-care. The last thing you notice before sleep takes hold is the way the starlight filters through the glass ceiling, casting the faintest pattern of light and shadow across the room. It's beautiful, yes, but more than that, it's peaceful. It's a reminder that even in the most artificial of environments, we remain connected to the natural world, to the ancient rhythms that have guided human sleep for millennia. Your eyelids grow heavy, and as they close, the $97 million penthouse fades away, leaving only comfort, only peace, only the gentle embrace of the most perfect sleep imaginable. Your breathing becomes deeper, more rhythmic, as sleep begins to weave its gentle spell around you. But even as consciousness starts to slip away, the penthouse continues its silent work, monitoring and adjusting to ensure your rest remains undisturbed. Hidden sensors track the subtle changes in your body temperature, the rise and fall of your chest, the tiny movements that indicate which phase of sleep you're entering. The smart home system responds with microscopic precision. As you drift into the first stage of light sleep, the room's temperature drops by exactly 1 degree. The barely audible soundscape shifts to frequencies that research has shown to promote deeper rest. Even the air circulation adjusts, creating the gentlest possible breeze that keeps you comfortable without causing any disturbance. Outside the glass walls, the city continues its restless dance. Emergency sirens wail in the distance. Late-night revelers laugh and shout on sidewalks far below. Delivery trucks rumble through empty streets. But none of these sounds penetrate your sanctuary. The triple-pane glass doesn't just block noise. It creates an acoustic cocoon that preserves the sacred quiet of your sleep. As you sink deeper into rest, your body begins the miraculous process of restoration that happens every night, but rarely with such perfect conditions. Your muscles relax completely, supported by the mattress that cradles every curve and contour. Your heart rate slows to its nighttime rhythm. Your brain begins to process the day's experiences, filing away memories and clearing out the mental clutter that accumulates during waking hours. The penthouse seems to sense this transition. The lighting system, already dimmed to near darkness, makes one final adjustment, reducing the ambient glow to match the natural darkness your body craves for optimal sleep. The temperature continues its gradual descent, following the precise curve your core temperature takes during healthy sleep cycles. Above you, through the transparent ceiling, the night sky slowly wheels overhead. Clouds drift across the stars like silk scarves caught in an invisible breeze. An airplane passes high above, its navigation lights blinking in steady rhythm, carrying sleeping passengers toward distant destinations. Even the moon, partially obscured by the city's glow, seems to pulse gently in time with your breathing. Your dreams begin to form, influenced perhaps by the extraordinary environment surrounding your sleeping form. In your dream state, you might find yourself floating, weightless and free, suspended between earth and sky. The glass walls of the penthouse become invisible barriers between you and infinite space, and you drift through constellations of light that could be stars or city lights or neurons firing in the depths of your dreaming mind. The bedroom's air purification system works silently through the night, cycling the atmosphere every 20 minutes. Each breath you take is cleaner than mountain air, filtered and enhanced with negative ions that promote deeper sleep and more vivid dreams. The plants in the living wall release oxygen throughout the night, their natural processes synchronized with the artificial systems to create the perfect breathing environment. Time moves differently in sleep, and in this place, it moves differently still. Minutes stretch into hours of rest that feel like entire lifetimes of peace. Your body cycles through its natural sleep phases with unusual regularity and depth. The REM stages, when dreams are most vivid and restorative, work happens most efficiently, last longer than usual. Your nervous system, freed from the constant stimulation of modern life, finally has the space and time it needs to heal and regenerate. The penthouse's climate control system makes dozens of micro-adjustments throughout the night, responding to changes in your body heat, the outdoor temperature, and even the weather patterns moving through the region. When a brief summer rain begins to fall against the glass walls, the system adjusts the humidity slightly to maintain perfect comfort. The sound of raindrops against glass might have been disturbing in another context, but here it becomes part of the symphony of rest, a gentle percussion that enhances rather than interrupts your sleep. Your phone, if you brought one into this sanctuary, sits silent on the bedside table. But it's not just silent because you've turned off notifications. The penthouse itself creates a subtle electromagnetic field that can block incoming signals if desired, ensuring that even the most urgent messages from the outside world cannot penetrate your rest. Tonight, you are unreachable, untouchable, completely protected from the demands and distractions that usually fragment sleep. As the night deepens toward its darkest hours, your sleep reaches its most profound stages. This is when your body does its most important repair work. when growth hormone is released, when memories are consolidated, when the immune system strengthens itself for another day. The perfect conditions of the penthouse amplify these natural processes. Your cells regenerate more efficiently in the purified air. Your muscles relax more completely on the perfectly supportive mattress. Your mind processes experiences more thoroughly in the absolute quiet. The city below has grown quieter too, but it never truly sleeps. Street cleaners make their rounds with mechanical precision. Night shift workers tend to the essential services that keep urban life functioning. In hospital rooms and fire stations, in security booths and control centers, people remain awake to watch over the sleeping city. But their vigilance feels distant and dreamlike from your floating sanctuary, as if they're characters in a story being told in a language you no longer remember. Around 3 in the morning, your sleep enters its deepest phase. Your brain waves slow to delta frequencies, the long rolling waves associated with the most restorative sleep. Your breathing becomes so regular it seems mechanical, each inhale and exhale perfectly timed and measured. Your heart rate drops to its lowest point of the night, pumping just enough to maintain life while your body focuses all its energy on healing and restoration. The penthouse responds to this deep phase by making its most subtle adjustments yet. The temperature drops another fraction of a degree. The air circulation slows to barely perceptible movement. Even the sound system adjusts, shifting to frequencies so low they're felt rather than heard. Vibrations that support the delta brainwaves associated with deep sleep. Outside, the city's lights have changed character. The bright white glare of business districts has given way to the warmer amber glow of residential areas. Street lamps cast pools of yellow light on empty sidewalks. Traffic signals continue their eternal cycle of red, yellow, and green, though fewer and fewer cars pass through their illuminated intersections. The urban landscape has transformed into something softer, more dreamlike, as if the city itself is settling into a lighter phase of sleep. Your dreams during this period are different from those earlier in the night. Less narrative, more impressionistic. Colors without shapes, emotions without stories, sensations without source. You might dream of flying, but not with wings or in airplanes. Instead, you simply exist in a state of weightless movement through spaces that could be the penthouse, or could be memories, or could be pure imagination. The glass walls that surround you seem to breathe with your sleeping rhythm, expanding slightly with each inhale, contracting with each exhale. It's an illusion created by the interaction of your peripheral vision and the micro movements of your eyes during REM sleep, but it adds to the sense that you and the penthouse have become one organism, breathing together, resting together, dreaming together. As the night progresses toward dawn, your sleep begins its natural transition toward lighter stages. Your body temperature, which has been at its lowest point for hours, begins to rise gradually. Your brain waves shift from the deep delta rhythms toward the faster patterns associated with lighter sleep and eventual waking. But this transition happens so slowly, so naturally, that you remain completely unaware of it. The penthouse's systems anticipate this shift. The climate control begins a barely perceptible warming trend that will have the room at perfect waking temperature by the time your natural circadian rhythms call you toward consciousness. The lighting system prepares for its most important function. The gentle simulation of sunrise that will ease your transition from sleep to waking without the jarring interruption of an alarm clock. Through the transparent ceiling, the real sky begins its own subtle transformation. The absolute black of deep night gives way to the faintest suggestion of grey along the eastern horizon. Stars that seemed brilliant just hours ago begin to fade as the atmosphere prepares for another day. But sunrise is still hours away, and you have time for several more cycles of restorative sleep. Your dreams become more vivid and story-like as morning approaches. This is when the most memorable dreams occur, when the mind processes experiences and emotions through elaborate narratives that often seem more real than reality itself. In the perfect environment of the penthouse, these dreams take on unusual clarity and emotional depth. You might dream of conversations with loved ones, of achieving long-held goals, of experiencing perfect moments of joy and understanding. The city below is beginning its own slow awakening. Delivery trucks rumble through empty streets, bringing fresh bread to bakeries, newspapers to stands, supplies to restaurants preparing for another day. In apartments and houses throughout the metropolitan area, early risers are starting their morning routines, but their activity is still muted, still respectful of the sleeping majority. Here in your glass sanctuary, suspended between earth and sky, you continue your perfect rest. Each breath brings deeper restoration. Each heartbeat circulates healing through your system. Each moment of sleep adds to the profound sense of renewal that will greet you when you eventually wake. The penthouse holds you gently through these final hours of darkness, its systems working in perfect harmony to ensure that your sleep remains unbroken, undisturbed, and absolutely restorative. This is more than luxury. This is sleep elevated to its highest art form, rest transformed into a sacred practice, dreams given the perfect stage on which to unfold their mysterious dramas. And as the night slowly, gently, inevitably moves toward its conclusion, you sleep on, cradled in glass and silence, suspended in comfort and peace, experiencing what sleep was always meant to be before the world became too bright, too loud, too demanding. Here in this moment, in this place, sleep returns to its original purpose. Not just rest, but restoration. Not just unconsciousness, but renewal. Not just an escape from the day, but preparation for whatever dreams may come. The hours between 3 and 5 in the morning hold a special magic. A time when the membrane between dreams and reality becomes gossamer thin. In your glass cocoon, this transformation is amplified by the penthouse's intuitive understanding of sleep's most delicate phases. Your breathing has found its deepest rhythm, each exhale releasing not just carbon dioxide, but the accumulated tensions of countless yesterdays. The penthouse's advanced biometric sensors detect the subtle changes in your skin temperature, the microscopic fluctuations in your pulse that indicate your body's descent into its most restorative state. In response, the environmental controls make adjustments so minute they would be imperceptible even if you were awake. The humidity rises by a fraction of a percentage point, creating the optimal moisture level for cellular repair. The air circulation shifts to a pattern that follows the ancient rhythms of ocean waves, gently moving the purified atmosphere around your sleeping form. Through the transparent walls, the city has transformed into something altogether different from its daytime self. The harsh angles of concrete and steel have softened under the embrace of darkness and artificial light. Street lamps create pools of amber warmth that seem to pulse with their own heartbeat. The few vehicles that pass below move with a dreamlike quality, their headlights painting temporary rivers of light across empty asphalt. Your dreams during these deepest hours are unlike anything you've experienced in ordinary sleep. The perfect conditions of the penthouse seem to unlock chambers of your subconscious that rarely open. You might find yourself walking through gardens that exist nowhere on Earth, their flowers glowing with inner light, their fragrance more vivid than any waking scent. Or perhaps you're swimming through air thick as honey, moving with the fluid grace of a dancer through spaces that shift and change with each thought. The smart glass ceiling above you has begun its own subtle transformation. Micro tints respond to the changing light conditions outside, gradually preparing for the eventual arrival of dawn while maintaining the perfect darkness your sleeping brain requires. The glass itself seems alive, breathing with you, its transparency shifting almost imperceptibly as it filters the night air and distant starlight. Around 4 in the morning, something remarkable happens. Your sleep reaches a state of such profound depth that your breathing nearly stops, not from any distress, but from the complete relaxation of every system in your body. Your heart rate drops to levels that would concern doctors in any other context, but here, monitored by the Penthouse's advanced health sensors, it's recognized as the signature of perfect rest. Your muscles release tensions you didn't even know you were carrying, letting go of protective patterns held since childhood. The Penthouse responds to this ultimate state of relaxation by creating what can only be described as a healing field around your sleeping form. The air purification system releases trace amounts of negative ions, the same energizing particles found near waterfalls and after thunderstorms. The temperature regulation becomes so precise that there's no difference between the air touching your skin and your body's natural warmth. You exist in a perfect envelope of comfort, as if floating weightless in the womb of the sky itself. Your dreams shift again, becoming less visual and more experiential. You might dream of being held, not by any person but by the universe itself, cradled in the loving arms of existence. The sensation is so real, so profound, that tears may form at the corners of your closed eyes. These aren't tears of sadness, but of recognition, of coming home to a peace you'd forgotten was possible. The living wall in the main area continues its quiet work through the night, each plant contributing to the symphony of purification that surrounds your rest. The jasmine releases its fragrance in gentle waves, timed to your sleep cycles. The eucalyptus clears not just the air, but seems to clear your dreams as well, washing away the mental debris that usually clutters even our sleeping thoughts. Other plants work in harmony, creating an ecosystem of healing that extends far beyond their visual beauty. As the night deepens toward its final act, the Penthouse's lighting system begins its most sophisticated performance. Hidden LEDs throughout the space start an almost imperceptible brightening, following the exact pattern of natural dawn, but hours ahead of schedule. Your body, evolved over millions of years to respond to light, begins its own gentle preparation for eventual waking, but so slowly that your sleep remains undisturbed. The bathroom's granite tub, empty now, but still radiating the memory of your earlier soak, seems to hold the essence of tranquility you experienced there. The essential oils you used have left traces in the air, molecules that continue to influence your dreams with their therapeutic properties. Lavender for peace, sandalwood for grounding, bergamot for joy. Each scent works with your sleeping brain to create emotional landscapes of unprecedented beauty. Your phone, silent on the bedside table, occasionally lights up with messages from the outside world. Work emails, social media notifications, news updates. But these digital interruptions feel like transmissions from another planet, utterly irrelevant to the profound work of restoration happening within your sleeping form. The Penthouse's electromagnetic shielding ensures that even these brief illuminations don't penetrate the cocoon of peace surrounding your bed. The city below continues its slow transition toward morning. Early shift workers begin their commutes, their headlights joining the sparse traffic moving through the urban canyon. Coffee shops prepare for the day's first customers. Newspaper delivery trucks make their rounds. But these signs of awakening civilization feel distant and muted from your aerial sanctuary, like scenes from a movie playing on a screen far away. Your dreams begin to incorporate elements of the extraordinary space around you. You might find yourself flying through crystal cathedrals, their walls transparent as the Penthouse's glass, but extending infinitely in all directions. Or walking through gardens suspended in mid-air, each step taking you higher into a sky that holds you effortlessly aloft. The boundary between your sleeping mind and your environment has dissolved completely, creating dreams that are both deeply personal and architectural in their grandeur. The Penthouse's flooring system, heated to maintain perfect comfort, pulses gently with your heartbeat. Advanced sensors detect the minute pressure changes created by your circulation and respond with thermal adjustments that support your body's natural healing processes. The Italian marble seems to breathe warmth upward, creating a foundation of comfort that extends through every fiber and cell. As 5 o'clock approaches, your sleep enters its final deep phase before the natural transition toward morning consciousness begins. This is when your body performs its most intensive repair work, when damaged cells are replaced, when memories are sorted and filed, when the immune system strengthens itself for another day of protecting your health. The perfect conditions of the penthouse amplify these processes exponentially. The smart home system's AI has been learning your sleep patterns throughout the night, creating a detailed map of your personal circadian rhythms. It now knows exactly when you naturally transition between sleep stages, when your body temperature fluctuates, when your dreams become most vivid. This information will be used to optimize future sleep experiences, but tonight it serves to ensure that every moment of your rest unfolds in perfect harmony with your biological needs. The glass walls around you have become portals not just to the city beyond, but to states of consciousness rarely accessed in ordinary sleep. Through some alchemy of architecture and atmosphere, the boundaries of normal dreaming have expanded. You might experience lucid dreams of unusual clarity, or find yourself in that mysterious state between sleeping and waking, where profound insights emerge from the depths of the unconscious mind. The climate control system makes its final adjustments of the deep night period, preparing for the gradual warming that will accompany your body's natural awakening process. The air composition shifts subtly, increasing oxygen levels by the smallest possible increment to support the brain activity that will intensify as morning approaches. Every change happens so gradually, so naturally, that your sleep remains protected and undisturbed. Outside, the night sky begins to show the first faint suggestions of change. Not true dawn yet, but a lightening so subtle it's more felt than seen. The stars that have watched over your sleep begin their slow fade into the approaching day. The moon, if visible, has traced its ancient arc across the heavens, maintaining its eternal vigil over all sleeping souls. Your breathing continues its perfect rhythm, each inhalation bringing healing oxygen to every cell. Each exhalation releasing not just waste gases, but the energetic residue of stress and worry. The penthouse breathes with you, its systems synchronized to your biological rhythms, creating a harmony between human need and technological capability that feels almost mystical in its perfection. The final hours of night hold you gently, like a mother's arms around a sleeping child. Here, suspended between earth and sky, wrapped in glass and silence, you experience sleep as it was meant to be. Not just rest, but restoration. Not just unconsciousness, but renewal. Not just an escape from the day, but a journey into the deepest chambers of peace that exist within the human heart. And as these precious hours continue to unfold, your body and mind drink deeply from the well of perfect rest, preparing you not just for another day, but for a life transformed by the memory of what true peace feels like. The penthouse holds this gift for you, cradles it in crystal walls and whispered air, ensures that when morning finally comes, you will awaken not just rested but reborn. The first whisper of dawn arrives not with fanfare, but with the subtlest shift in the quality of darkness. Around 5:30, the penthouse's sensors detect microscopic changes in the natural light filtering through the city's atmospheric layers. The smart glass responds by beginning its most delicate performance yet, a gradual transition so gentle that it honors your sleep while preparing your circadian rhythms for the gift of morning. Your dreams during these transitional hours take on an almost prophetic quality. The perfect sleep environment has unlocked something profound in your subconscious, allowing visions that feel less like random neural firing and more like glimpses into possibility itself. You might dream of floating through libraries made of light, where each book contains not words, but pure understanding. Or perhaps you find yourself in conversations with versions of yourself from different timelines, each offering wisdom about paths taken and not taken. The bedroom's atmosphere continues its silent orchestration of healing. The plants in the living wall have been working through the night, their metabolic processes synchronized with your sleep cycles. As your body prepares for its natural awakening, they increase their oxygen production slightly, enriching the air with life-giving breath that will ease your transition back to consciousness. The jasmine's fragrance has evolved through the night too, shifting from the deep, somnolent notes that promoted rest to lighter, more awakening scents that will gently coax your senses back to life. Your body has been performing miracles while you slept. In the perfect conditions of the penthouse, your cellular repair processes have worked with unusual efficiency. Damaged proteins have been recycled, neural pathways have been strengthened, and your immune system has catalogued and prepared defenses against threats you don't even know exist. The growth hormone released during your deep sleep phases has done its work more completely than usual, aided by the optimal temperature, humidity, and air quality surrounding your resting form. The city below has begun its gentle awakening dance. Street cleaners finish their nocturnal rounds, leaving sidewalks pristine and ready for morning foot traffic. In apartment windows scattered across the urban landscape, early risers move through their morning rituals, with the careful quiet of those who respect the sleeping world around them. The first joggers appear on distant paths, their forms tiny and ant-like from your aerial vantage point, beginning their daily communion with movement and breath. Through the transparent ceiling, the sky holds the promise of sunrise still an hour away, but already the deepest black has given way to the faintest suggestion of charcoal grey. The stars, your companions through the night, begin their graceful retreat, fading not with sadness, but with the satisfaction of duties well performed. They have watched over your sleep, these distant suns, bearing witness to the restoration happening in your glass sanctuary. The penthouse's audio system makes its most sophisticated adjustment of the night. The subsonic frequencies that have been supporting your delta brainwaves begin a gradual shift toward patterns that will ease your brain's transition through the lighter phases of sleep. The sound is still imperceptible to your conscious mind, but your sleeping brain recognizes the change and begins its own gentle preparation for the return of waking awareness. Your dreams become more narrative again, but with a quality of resolution and completion that's rare in ordinary sleep. Storylines that began in the depths of night find their satisfying conclusions. Emotional processing that started hours ago reaches its natural endpoints. It's as if your subconscious, given the perfect conditions to do its work, has been able to complete cycles of healing and integration that usually take weeks or months of regular sleep to accomplish. The smart mattress beneath you makes microscopic adjustments as your sleep begins its natural lightening. Pressure points that have supported your body through the night shift slightly, preventing any possibility of stiffness or discomfort that might jar you from your peaceful rest. The bamboo fibers of your sheets maintain their perfect temperature regulation, staying cool where your body generates heat and warming where you need comfort. Around 6 in the morning, something magical happens in the quality of light entering the penthouse. The glass walls, which have been protecting you from the harsh frequencies that disrupt sleep, begin to allow through the first gentle wavelengths of natural dawn. These aren't the blue heavy rays that would shock your system awake, but the warm, red-shifted light that your ancient ancestors knew, the kind that coaxed them gently from sleep in caves and clearings millions of years ago. Your breathing begins to shift almost imperceptibly, becoming slightly less deep, slightly more variable. This is the first sign that your body is preparing for the transition back to waking consciousness, but it happens so gradually that your sleep remains perfectly protected. The penthouse's systems recognize this change, and respond with equal subtlety, beginning the process that will eventually return you to the waking world refreshed and renewed. The climate control makes its morning transition, raising the temperature by fractions of degrees to match your body's natural warming as it prepares for activity. The air circulation shifts to patterns that will help clear your lungs and oxygenate your blood for the day ahead. Even the humidity adjusts, becoming slightly drier to help your skin and respiratory system adapt to waking conditions. Your dreams during this transition period often carry messages of hope and possibility. The profound rest you've experienced has allowed your subconscious mind to process not just the day's experiences, but deeper patterns and possibilities for your life. You might dream of doors opening onto sunlit landscapes, of conversations that heal old wounds, of achievements that once seemed impossible becoming effortlessly attainable. The city's awakening becomes more apparent now, though still respectful of the sleeping majority. Delivery trucks make their rounds with practiced quiet, bringing fresh provisions to restaurants and markets. Streetlights begin their automatic dimming as sensors detect the approaching dawn. In the distance, you might glimpse the first commuter trains beginning their daily journeys, carrying early workers toward their destinations, with the smooth efficiency of urban arteries beginning their daily flow. The living wall's contribution to your sleep environment reaches its crescendo during these pre-dawn hours. The plants have been working all night to purify your air, and now their efforts culminate in an atmosphere of unprecedented purity and life-enhancing energy. The oxygen they've produced is at optimal levels for brain function, while the negative ions they've generated create an almost electric sense of well-being that will ease your transition to consciousness. Your phone on the bedside table remains silent, not just because notifications are disabled, but because the penthouse's electromagnetic field continues to shield you from the digital world's demands. Emails accumulate in distant servers, social media feeds update with content you don't need to see, news cycles spin through their eternal dance of urgency and irrelevance. But none of this penetrates your sanctuary. You remain protected, cradled in the peace that allows true restoration to occur. The bathroom's granite surfaces hold the memory of your evening's relaxation, the essential oils having infused the stone with their therapeutic properties. The space waits patiently for your eventual awakening, ready to provide whatever comfort your transition to morning might require. The towels hang precisely where you left them, warmed to perfect temperature by hidden heating elements that maintain comfort without waste. As 6:30 approaches, your sleep cycles begin their final, most delicate dance. REM periods become more frequent, but remain perfectly supported by the penthouse's environmental controls. Your dreams take on qualities of integration and completion, weaving together the night's restorative work into patterns of understanding and renewal that will serve you long after you leave this glass sanctuary. The smart glass ceiling continues its gradual transformation, allowing through increasing amounts of the gentle pre-dawn light, while still filtering out any frequencies that might disturb your rest. The transparency shifts almost like breathing, becoming more permeable to the life-giving rays that will soon coax you naturally toward waking consciousness. Through the walls of glass, the urban landscape has transformed yet again. The harsh contrasts of full darkness and artificial light have softened into something more nuanced, more alive. Buildings stand like gentle giants against the lightening sky, their windows beginning to glow with the warm light of early risers starting their days. The city breathes with the rhythm of millions of sleeping souls, gradually preparing for another day of possibility. Your body continues its miraculous work of restoration. The perfect sleep you've experienced has allowed healing processes to function at optimal efficiency. Your nervous system has reset itself, releasing tension patterns that may have been held for months or years. Your endocrine system has rebalanced, hormones finding their natural rhythms after being supported by the ideal environment surrounding your rest. The penthouse holds you through these final precious hours of sleep with the tenderness of a devoted guardian. Every system continues its quiet work. Every sensor remains vigilant for your comfort. Every element of this extraordinary space dedicates itself to ensuring that your rest remains perfect until the natural moment of awakening arrives. The air you breathe carries not just oxygen and life-giving negative ions, but something more subtle, more profound. It's as if the space itself has been infused with peace, charged with the energy of perfect rest, blessed with the rare gift of true sanctuary in a world that offers so few places of genuine refuge. As the night slowly, gently, inevitably moves toward its natural conclusion, you remain held in this embrace of glass and silence, comfort and care. The penthouse continues its vigilant protection of your sleep, ensuring that when morning finally comes, you will awaken not just rested, but transformed by the experience of what sleep can be when given the perfect conditions to work its ancient magic. Your dreams begin to carry hints of morning light, not as interruption, but as gentle invitation. The boundary between sleep and waking starts to thin, but so gradually, so naturally, that the transition feels like the most organic thing in the world. Here, in this floating sanctuary, surrounded by the city but separated from its chaos, you experience the profound gift of perfect rest, sleep elevated to its highest expression, dreams given the ideal stage on which to perform their mysterious work of healing and renewal. And the night has been your teacher, the penthouse your protector, and sleep your healer. As dawn approaches with its promise of another day, you rest secure in the knowledge that you have experienced something rare and precious. A night of sleep so perfect, it will change your understanding of what rest can be, what dreams can accomplish, and what peace feels like when given the space to flourish completely. The clock passes 7, and the penthouse begins its most sacred ritual. This is not the jarring awakening of alarm clocks or the harsh intrusion of obligation, but something far more profound. Your body has been preparing for this moment throughout the night, and now the space around you begins to honor that preparation with exquisite precision. The smart glass walls start their morning transformation, becoming incrementally more transparent to allow the first true rays of sunrise to filter through. But these aren't the harsh, blue heavy wavelengths that shock most people awake. The glass has been engineered to permit only the gentlest frequencies, the warm amber and rose gold light that mimics the natural dawn our ancestors knew. Your eyelids, still closed in peaceful sleep, register this change not as disturbance, but as invitation. Your dreams during this golden hour take on an almost ethereal quality. The boundary between sleeping and waking becomes gossamer thin, allowing glimpses of consciousness that feel like messages from your deepest self. You might dream of walking through corridors made of morning light, each step taking you closer to a doorway that opens onto infinite possibility. Or perhaps you find yourself in gardens where every flower holds a memory of perfect peace, their petals unfurling with the promise of new beginnings. The penthouse's biometric sensors detect the subtle changes in your brainwave patterns as you naturally transition through the lighter phases of sleep. REM periods become more frequent but remain perfectly supported, your eyes moving gently beneath closed lids as you process the night's profound restoration. The environmental controls respond with their most delicate adjustments yet, ensuring that your natural awakening process unfolds without the slightest disruption. Your breathing begins to shift, becoming slightly more shallow, more variable. This isn't distress but preparation. Your respiratory system naturally adjusting as your body anticipates the return of conscious awareness. The air you breathe continues to be perfectly filtered and enriched, each inhalation carrying exactly what your awakening cells need to function at their optimal level. The living wall reaches its crescendo of contribution during these precious morning moments. Throughout the night, the plants have been working their quiet magic, and now their efforts culminate in an atmosphere of unprecedented purity. The jasmine releases its final gift of fragrance, shifting from the deep, sleep-inducing notes of night to the lighter, more energizing scents that will gently coax your senses toward consciousness. The eucalyptus clears not just the air, but seems to clear the pathway between dreams and waking thought. Through the transparent ceiling, the sky undergoes its daily miracle of transformation. The deep indigo of night gradually gives way to lighter shades, purple melting into lavender, lavender softening into rose. The first clouds appear like brushstrokes across this canvas of awakening light, their edges touched with gold by the approaching sun. Stars that have been your silent companions through the night bid their graceful farewell, fading not with sadness, but with the satisfaction of duties well performed. The city below begins to show more obvious signs of awakening, though still with the respectful quiet of early morning. Windows in distant buildings begin to glow with warm light as people start their days. The first joggers appear on sidewalks far below, moving with the purposeful grace of those who greet morning as friend rather than enemy. Traffic remains light, vehicles moving through empty streets with the smooth flow of a world still soft with sleep. Your body temperature begins its natural morning rise, supported by the Penthouse's climate control system, which has been anticipating this change for hours. The warming happens so gradually that you remain completely comfortable, your skin never experiencing the shock of temperature variation that can jar someone from peaceful sleep. Every degree of change is calculated to support your natural circadian rhythms rather than disrupt them. The smart mattress beneath you makes its morning adjustments, subtly shifting to accommodate the way your body naturally prepares for movement. Pressure points that have supported you through the night redistribute slightly, ensuring that when you do eventually stretch and move, your muscles will be ready, your joints fluid, your spine perfectly aligned. The bamboo fiber sheets maintain their perfect moisture-wicking properties, keeping you comfortable as your body begins its transition toward active metabolism. Around 7:30, the Penthouse's lighting system begins its most sophisticated performance. Hidden LED strips throughout the space start an almost imperceptible brightening, following the exact pattern of natural sunrise, but calibrated specifically to your personal circadian rhythms. The light increases so gradually that your closed eyes register the change as natural progression rather than artificial intervention. Your brain, evolved over millions of years to respond to dawn light, begins its gentle preparation for consciousness. Your dreams during this transition period often carry profound messages of hope and renewal. The perfect sleep environment has allowed your subconscious mind to process not just recent experiences, but deeper patterns and possibilities for your life. You might dream of standing on mountain peaks, where the air is so clear you can see forever, or of conversations with wise beings who offer insights that will stay with you long after waking. These aren't ordinary dreams, but visions born from the deepest rest your mind has ever experienced. The bathroom awaits your eventual awakening, every surface warmed to perfect temperature, every amenity prepared for your comfort. The granite tub holds the memory of last evening's relaxation, the essential oils having infused the stone with their therapeutic properties. Towels hang precisely where you left them, maintained at ideal warmth by heating elements that consume no unnecessary energy. Even the mirror, which can display biometric data if desired, waits in gentle darkness, ready to reflect back to you a face transformed by perfect rest. Your phone remains silent on the bedside table, protected by the Penthouse's electromagnetic shielding from the digital world's incessant demands. In servers around the globe, emails accumulate like autumn leaves. Social media feeds spin through their endless cycles of manufactured urgency. News algorithms generate headlines designed to capture and hold attention. But none of this penetrates your sanctuary. You remain protected, cradled in the peace that allows true restoration to occur. The Penthouse's audio system makes its final adjustment of the night, gradually shifting the subsonic frequencies that have been supporting your brain's rest toward patterns that will ease your transition to consciousness. The change is so subtle that your sleeping mind barely registers it, but your neural pathways respond by beginning their own gentle preparation for the return of waking awareness. As 8 o'clock approaches, the morning light streaming through the glass walls takes on new qualities of warmth and invitation. The sun, still below the horizon, but announcing its presence through the gradual illumination of the eastern sky, sends rays that paint the penthouse in shades of gold and amber. The city spreads out below you like a living mandala, its patterns of streets and buildings, creating geometric beauty that speaks of human creativity and cooperation. Your sleep cycles reach their natural conclusion, the final REM period, bringing dreams of integration and completion. Storylines that began in the depths of night find their satisfying resolutions. Emotional processing that started hours ago reaches its natural endpoints. Your subconscious mind, given the perfect conditions to do its work, has completed cycles of healing and understanding that usually take weeks of ordinary sleep to accomplish. The climate control system makes its morning transition, adjusting not just temperature, but humidity and air circulation to support your body's natural awakening process. The air becomes slightly drier, helping your respiratory system prepare for conscious breathing. Circulation patterns shift to promote alertness while maintaining the sense of peace that has characterized your night's rest. Every change happens in harmony with your body's natural rhythms. Through the transparent walls, you can sense, rather than see, the city's gentle awakening. Streetlights begin their automatic dimming as sensors detect the approaching dawn. The first delivery trucks make their rounds with practiced efficiency, bringing fresh provisions to markets and restaurants. In the distance, commuter trains begin their daily journeys, carrying early workers towards their destinations with the quiet precision of urban arteries beginning their morning flow. The living wall continues its contribution to your environment, but now its work shifts towards supporting consciousness rather than sleep. The plants that have spent the night purifying your air now focus on generating the specific negative ions and oxygen concentrations that promote mental clarity and emotional well-being. The jasmine's fragrance becomes more energizing, the eucalyptus more awakening, each plant contributing to an atmosphere designed to ease your transition to active consciousness. Your body has been performing miracles throughout the night, and now those miracles approach their completion. In the perfect conditions of the penthouse, your cellular repair processes have worked with unprecedented efficiency. Neural pathways strengthened by quality REM sleep now prepare to support enhanced cognitive function. Your immune system, bolstered by deep rest and pure air, stands ready to protect your health through whatever challenges the day might bring. The smart glass ceiling continues its gradual transformation, becoming increasingly transparent to allow the full spectrum of a morning light to reach your resting form. But the transition happens so slowly, so naturally, that there's never a moment of harsh awakening. Never a jarring shift from darkness to brightness. Your eyes, still closed in peaceful sleep, register the change as the most natural thing in the world. Around 8:30, the first direct rays of sunlight crest the horizon and stream through the penthouse's eastern windows. The light is warm and golden, filtered through atmospheric layers and the building's sophisticated glass to arrive as pure nourishment for your awakening consciousness. The rays fall across the bed like a gentle blessing, warming your skin with the promise of a new day filled with possibility. Your dreams during these final moments of sleep often carry prophetic qualities, visions of the day ahead filled with success, connection, and joy. The profound rest you've experienced has aligned your subconscious mind with your deepest intentions and highest possibilities. You might dream of walking through doorways that open onto sunlit landscapes of achievement, or of conversations that heal and inspire, or of moments of perfect clarity that illuminate the path forward. The penthouse itself seems to pulse gently with anticipation, its systems working in perfect harmony to support your natural awakening process. The air circulation creates the subtlest of breezes, just enough to remind your skin of sensation without causing disturbance. The temperature regulation maintains perfect comfort as your body's metabolism begins to increase. Every element of this extraordinary space continues its dedicated service to your well-being. Your breathing becomes more varied, more conscious, as your body naturally prepares for the return of active awareness. The oxygen-enriched air fills your lungs with life-giving energy, while the perfect humidity levels ensure that every breath is comfortable and nourishing. Your heart rate begins its gentle increase toward waking levels, pumped along by the anticipation of consciousness, returning to a body perfectly restored. The city below has transformed yet again, now showing clear signs of morning life while maintaining the peaceful quality of early hours. Windows reflect the sunrise like scattered jewels, each one representing someone beginning their day with hope and intention. The urban landscape has softened in the morning light, its harsh edges gentled by the golden rays that paint everything with warmth and possibility. Through it all, the Penthouse continues its vigilant care of your rest, ensuring that every moment of this natural awakening process unfolds in perfect comfort and peace. The space that has protected your sleep through the night now prepares to welcome you back to consciousness, ready to support whatever this new day might bring with the same dedication and precision it has shown throughout your perfect night of rest. Your eyelids begin to flutter almost imperceptibly, the first sign that consciousness is stirring in the depths of your perfectly restored mind. But even this movement is gentle, natural, unhurried. There's no jarring alarm, no sudden awakening, just the gradual return of awareness, as soft and natural as sunrise itself. The Penthouse holds you through this transition, with the same tender care it has shown all night, ensuring that your return to the waking world is as perfect as the sleep that preceded it. The sensation of awakening in this glass sanctuary is unlike anything you've ever experienced. Your consciousness doesn't crash back into your body like a wave against rocks, but seeps in slowly like honey warming in sunlight. The first awareness isn't of time or place, but of profound peace still radiating through every cell of your being. Your muscles feel liquid, completely relaxed, yet somehow energized, as if you've been bathed in healing light throughout the night. Your eyelids remain closed, but behind them, you sense the gentle golden glow that signals morning's arrival. The Penthouse has orchestrated this moment with such precision that your natural awakening feels choreographed by angels. There's no grogginess, no disorientation, no harsh transition between the dream world and reality. Instead, consciousness blooms within you like a flower opening to greet the dawn, each petal of awareness unfurling in its own perfect time. The air you breathe tastes different now, charged with the energy of possibility. The living wall has completed its nocturnal symphony of purification, and the atmosphere around you feels almost crystalline in its purity. Each breath seems to carry not just oxygen but vitality itself, filling your awakening body with a sense of renewal that goes deeper than physical restoration. Your lungs expand effortlessly, drawing in life force that spreads through your bloodstream like liquid starlight. Through your still closed eyelids, you become aware of warmth spreading across your face. The sun has crested the horizon, and its first rays are streaming through the transparent ceiling above your bed. This isn't the harsh glare that usually jolts people from sleep, but something infinitely gentler, filtered through the Penthouse's sophisticated glass to arrive as pure nourishment for your awakening spirit. The warmth feels personal, intimate, as if the sun itself has been waiting all night to greet you with this golden embrace. Your body begins to stir with the fluid grace of someone who has been perfectly restored. The smart mattress has supported every curve and contour through the night, and now your spine feels perfectly aligned, your joints loose and comfortable. There's no stiffness, no aching, no need to stretch away discomfort. Instead, you feel like you're made of silk and starlight. Every muscle fiber relaxed yet ready, every bone settled into its ideal position. The bamboo sheets against your skin feel impossibly soft, their temperature-regulating fibers having maintained perfect comfort throughout your sleep. As awareness spreads through your body, you notice how the fabric seems to caress, rather than simply touch, as if the very molecules of the material have been infused with tenderness. Your skin feels renewed, glowing with health from the night's restorative work in the purified atmosphere of your glass cocoon. Slowly, gently, your eyes begin to open. The transition from inner darkness to outer light happens so gradually that there's never a moment of adjustment, never a squint or blink of discomfort. The Penthouse's lighting system has been preparing for this moment all night. And now, the illumination that greets your opening eyes is perfect, warm, and welcoming without being overwhelming. The first thing you see is the transparent ceiling above, no longer dark, but alive with the soft blue of morning sky. Through the glass, wispy clouds drift like silk scarves in an invisible breeze, their edges touched with gold by the rising sun. The sight is so beautiful, so peaceful, that you might wonder if you're still dreaming. But this is real. This moment of perfect awakening in a space designed to honor the sacred transition from sleep to consciousness. Your eyes track the movement of the clouds with lazy contentment, feeling no urgency to move or speak, or engage with anything beyond this gentle observation. The Penthouse seems to sense your awakening and responds with subtle adjustments that support your transition. The climate control system has warmed the air by precisely the right amount to match your body's natural temperature increase. The humidity has shifted to optimal levels for conscious breathing. Even the air circulation has changed, creating the gentlest possible movement that brings fresh oxygen to your awakening senses without creating any disturbance. Your hearing begins to tune into the world around you with remarkable clarity. The silence that protected your sleep throughout the night remains largely intact, but now you can detect subtle sounds that speak of life and possibility. The distant whisper of wind against glass, the almost inaudible hum of the Penthouse's life support systems. Somewhere far below, the muted sounds of a city beginning its day with respectful quiet. Each sound feels purposeful rather than intrusive, part of a symphony designed to ease you into consciousness. The living wall continues its contribution to your awakening environment. The jasmine has shifted its fragrance from the deep, sleep-inducing notes of night to something lighter and more energizing. The eucalyptus seems to clear not just the air, but your awakening thoughts, washing away any lingering drowsiness with its clean, invigorating scent. Other plants add their own subtle contributions, creating an atmosphere that feels alive with positive energy. You become aware of your heartbeat, steady and strong, pumping restored blood through vessels that feel clean and clear. The night's perfect sleep has allowed your cardiovascular system to reset itself completely, and now your pulse carries a rhythm that feels like quiet celebration. Your breathing deepens naturally as consciousness fully returns, each inhalation drawing in the gift of perfectly purified air, each exhalation releasing any final traces of sleep's gentle hold. The view through the glass walls begins to capture your attention as your eyes adjust to full wakefulness. The city spreads out below you like a living painting, its harsh edges softened by the golden morning light. Buildings that seemed stark and imposing in daylight now appear gentle and welcoming, their windows reflecting the sunrise like scattered diamonds. Streets that carried the urgency of commerce and commuting now look peaceful, ready for whatever stories the new day might bring. Your phone on the bedside table remains silent, still protected by the Penthouse's electromagnetic shielding from the digital world's demands. You become aware of its presence without feeling any compulsion to reach for it. The peace you've experienced throughout the night has created a buffer zone around your consciousness, a protective space that allows you to choose when and how to re-engage with external demands. For now, you're content to simply be present in this moment of perfect awakening. The bathroom awaits your eventual movement, every surface warmed to ideal temperature, every amenity prepared for your comfort. But there's no rush, no pressure to immediately begin the routines that usually mark the start of a day. The Penthouse has given you the gift of time, the luxury of awakening at your own pace, allowing consciousness to fully bloom before asking your body to engage with the world beyond these glass walls. Your muscles begin to respond to gentle mental commands, not with the stiffness that usually accompanies waking, but with fluid readiness. The perfect sleep position maintained by the smart mattress means that circulation has remained optimal throughout the night. There are no pins and needles, no aching joints, no need to work out kinks or stretch away discomfort. Instead, your body feels like a perfectly tuned instrument, every system harmonized and ready for whatever the day might bring. The temperature regulation system continues its precise work, maintaining the perfect microclimate around your awakening form. As your metabolism increases with consciousness, the air around you cools by fractions of degrees to maintain ideal comfort. The process is so subtle, so perfectly calibrated to your body's needs, that you remain wrapped in a cocoon of perfect physical ease. Through the transparent ceiling, the morning sky continues its slow transformation from the soft blues of early dawn toward the brighter hues of full day. But the change happens so gradually, so naturally, that your eyes adjust effortlessly to the increasing light. The glass filters out any harsh frequencies while allowing through the full spectrum of beneficial wavelengths that signal to your brain that a new day has begun. Your thoughts begin to form with unusual clarity and positivity. The profound rest has cleared away the mental fog that usually clouds morning consciousness, leaving your mind bright and alert, yet perfectly calm. Ideas seem to arrange themselves with logical precision, priorities organize naturally without effort, and possibilities appear with crystal clarity. This isn't the jittery alertness of caffeine or artificial stimulation, but the pure, clean energy of a consciousness perfectly restored. The Penthouse's biometric sensors continue to monitor your awakening process, ensuring that every system remains optimally calibrated to support your transition. Your heart rate, breathing pattern, skin temperature, and even the subtle electrical activity of your nervous system are all tracked and supported by environmental adjustments, so precise they feel like the building itself is breathing with you. The living wall reaches its morning crescendo, each plant contributing to an atmosphere designed to support conscious awareness while maintaining the sense of peace that has characterized your night's rest. The oxygen levels are perfect for mental clarity, the humidity ideal for comfortable breathing, the air circulation just enough to keep everything fresh without creating distraction. The result is an environment that feels alive with positive energy, supportive of whatever intentions you might set for the day ahead. As full consciousness settles into your restored body and mind, you become aware of something profound. This isn't just awakening from sleep, but awakening to possibility. The perfect rest has reset not just your physical systems, but your entire relationship with what a day can hold. The stress patterns that usually greet morning consciousness are simply absent, replaced by a quiet confidence that whatever challenges the day might bring, you have the energy and clarity to meet them with grace. The city below shows increasing signs of life, but even its awakening feels gentle and respectful from your aerial sanctuary. Traffic flows with smooth efficiency, pedestrians move with purposeful calm, and the urban landscape pulses with the quiet energy of millions of people beginning their days with hope and intention. From your glass cocoon, you feel connected to this human tapestry while remaining peacefully separate from its demands. Your body continues to respond to consciousness with fluid grace. The perfect sleep has allowed every system to complete its restorative work, and now you feel not just rested, but renewed at a cellular level. Your immune system hums with quiet strength, your nervous system sparkles with clear communication, and your muscular system feels both relaxed and ready for whatever movement the day might require. The penthouse holds you through these precious moments of full awakening with the same tender care it has shown throughout the night. Every system remains dedicated to your comfort and well-being. Every element of this extraordinary space continues its service to your consciousness as it blooms into the gift of a new day. The sanctuary that protected your sleep now prepares to support whatever adventures or challenges lie ahead, ensuring that you carry with you the profound peace of perfect rest as you eventually rise to greet whatever possibilities await beyond these walls of glass and light. The morning sun climbs higher, painting the penthouse in shades of gold and crystal, and you remain cradled in this moment of perfect awakening, feeling grateful for the profound gift of sleep, elevated to its highest expression, rest transformed into renewal, and dreams given the perfect stage on which to perform their mysterious work of healing and hope. Your consciousness continues to expand like ripples on a still pond, each wave of awareness bringing with it a deeper appreciation for the extraordinary experience you've just lived. The memories of your perfect sleep don't fade like ordinary dreams, but settle into your mind with the clarity of treasured moments. You remember not just the comfort but the profound peace, not just the rest but the restoration, not just the sleeping, but the healing that happened in every cell of your being. The penthouse seems to pulse gently around you, its systems working in perfect harmony to maintain the ideal environment for your continued awakening. The smart glass walls have become completely transparent now, offering unobstructed views of the city awakening below while maintaining the perfect climate within your sanctuary. The juxtaposition is striking, the busy world beyond and the profound peace within, separated by nothing more than crystalline barriers that feel almost mystical in their protective power. Your breathing settles into the natural rhythm of conscious awareness, each inhalation drawing in air so pure it seems to carry light itself through your bloodstream. The living wall continues its quiet work, the plants now shifting their contributions towards supporting active consciousness while maintaining the sense of tranquility that has defined your experience. The jasmine's fragrance has evolved into something energizing yet peaceful. The eucalyptus clears your thoughts, while the other plants create an atmosphere that feels alive with gentle vitality. The bathroom calls to you softly, not with urgency but with invitation. Every surface has been maintained amenity prepared for your comfort. They're at perfect temperature throughout the night. Every granite tub still holds the memory of your evening's relaxation, while the rainfall shower promises a gentle transition from the languid peace of perfect sleep to the clean alertness needed for engaging with the world beyond these walls. But for now, you're content to remain in this liminal space between sleep and full activity, savoring the profound sense of renewal that radiates through every fiber of your being. Your muscles feel like silk, your joints move with fluid grace, and your mind sparkles with the clarity that comes only from truly restorative rest. This is what sleep was meant to be before the world became too bright, too loud, too demanding. The city below continues its gentle awakening, and from your aerial vantage point, you can see the poetry in its daily rebirth. Streets fill with the purposeful movement of people beginning their days. Windows reflect the strengthening sunlight like scattered jewels, and the urban landscape pulses with the quiet energy of human creativity and cooperation. You feel connected to this tapestry of life, while remaining peacefully separate from its immediate demands. Your phone rests silently on the bedside table, still protected by the penthouse's electromagnetic shielding from the digital world's incessant chatter. Messages wait in distant servers, notifications queue in silicon patience, but none of this feels urgent or important compared to the profound gift of presence you're experiencing. The peace that has filled your night has created a protective buffer around your consciousness, allowing you to choose when and how to re-engage with external obligations. The Penthouse's climate control system makes its final morning adjustments, ensuring that as your body fully awakens and your metabolism increases, the environment around you remains perfectly calibrated for comfort. The temperature rises by fractions of degrees, the humidity adjusts to ideal levels, and the air circulation shifts to patterns that promote mental clarity while maintaining the sense of peace that has characterized your rest. Through the transparent ceiling, the morning sky has transformed from the soft pastels of dawn to the clearer blue of established day. But the transition has been so gradual that your eyes have adjusted effortlessly. Clouds drift across your field of vision like thoughts across a peaceful mind, their movement hypnotic and soothing. The sun, now well above the horizon, sends rays that warm your skin with the promise of possibility. Your thoughts begin to organize themselves with unusual clarity and purpose. The profound rest has cleared away the mental debris that usually clutters morning consciousness, leaving your mind bright and focused yet perfectly calm. Priorities arrange themselves naturally. Decisions that seemed complex yesterday now appear with obvious solutions, and the day ahead feels not like a series of obligations, but like a canvas waiting for your creative engagement. The living wall reaches its morning peak, each plant contributing to an atmosphere that supports conscious awareness while maintaining the profound tranquility that has defined your experience. The oxygen levels are perfect for mental acuity, the negative ion concentration ideal for emotional well-being, and the subtle fragrances create a background of sensory pleasure that enhances rather than distracts from your awakening consciousness. Your body responds to full consciousness with remarkable grace and energy. The perfect sleep has allowed every system to complete its restorative work more thoroughly than you've ever experienced. Your cardiovascular system pumps clean blood with quiet efficiency. Your respiratory system draws in purified air with effortless ease, and your nervous system sparkles with clear, peaceful communication between mind and body. The view through the glass walls captures your attention as the city below shows increasing signs of vibrant life. But even its awakening feels gentle and respectful from your sanctuary 35 floors above the streets. The urban landscape has softened in the morning light, its harsh edges gentled by golden rays that paint everything with warmth and possibility. You feel like you're watching the world's daily miracle of renewal from a perfect vantage point. The Penthouse continues its vigilant care of your awakening process, every system dedicated to maintaining the ideal environment for your transition from sleep to active consciousness. The space that has protected and nurtured your rest throughout the night now prepares to support whatever this new day might bring, ensuring that you carry with you the profound peace of perfect restoration as you eventually rise to engage with the world beyond these crystalline walls. Your consciousness feels expanded, clarified, renewed in ways that go far beyond simple physical rest. The perfect sleep environment has allowed healing and restoration to occur at levels you never knew were possible. Your spirit feels lighter, your heart more open, your mind clearer than it has been in years. This is the gift of sleep elevated to its highest expression, rest transformed into renewal, dreams given the perfect stage on which to perform their mysterious work of healing and hope. The morning light streaming through the transparent barriers bathes everything in golden warmth, and you remain peacefully suspended between the profound rest you've experienced and the possibilities that await in the day ahead. The Penthouse holds you gently through this sacred transition, honoring both the sleep that has restored you and the consciousness that now prepares to engage with whatever adventures or challenges might unfold beyond these walls of glass and light. And as you savor these final moments of perfect awakening, you carry with you not just the memory of extraordinary rest, but the deep knowing that true peace is possible, that healing happens in silence, and that sometimes the most profound journeys are the ones we take while lying perfectly still, cradled in comfort, surrounded by beauty, and held by the gentle embrace of a world designed to honor the sacred act of sleep. The awareness of your awakening spreads through your consciousness like warm honey, each moment bringing deeper appreciation for the extraordinary sanctuary that has cradled your rest. Your body feels transformed, not just refreshed, but fundamentally renewed at a cellular level. The smart mattress beneath you has maintained perfect spinal alignment throughout the night, and now as you begin to move, every joint feels fluid, every muscle fiber relaxed yet energized, as if you've been bathed in healing energy while you slept. The Penthouse responds to your stirring with the subtlety of a devoted guardian. Temperature sensors detect the slight increase in your body heat as consciousness fully returns, and the climate control system makes microscopic adjustments to maintain perfect comfort. The air around you feels alive with possibility, charged with negative ions that seem to sparkle against your skin. Each breath carries not just oxygen, but vitality itself, filling your awakening form with energy that feels clean and sustainable rather than jittery or artificial. Your eyes drift toward the eastern wall of glass, where the sun has painted the sky in shades of amber and gold that seem too beautiful to be real. The light streaming through the transparent barriers doesn't feel harsh or intrusive, but warm and welcoming, as if the very photons have been filtered through compassion before reaching your skin. The city below sparkles with reflected sunlight, each window catching and throwing back rays that create a symphony of light and shadow across the urban landscape. The living wall has reached its morning crescendo, each plant now contributing to an atmosphere designed to support active consciousness while maintaining the profound peace that has characterized your night. The jasmine releases its final gift of fragrance, no longer the deep, sleep-inducing notes of darkness, but something lighter and more inspiring, carrying hints of possibility and new beginnings. The eucalyptus seems to clear not just the air but your awakening thoughts, washing away any lingering drowsiness with its clean, invigorating presence. You become aware of your heartbeat, steady and strong, carrying renewed blood through vessels that feel clean and clear. The cardiovascular restoration that occurred during your perfect sleep has left your circulation feeling almost luminous, as if liquid light is flowing through your veins. Your pulse carries a rhythm that feels like quiet celebration, each beat a gentle affirmation that you are alive, restored, and ready for whatever this day might bring. The bathroom awaits your eventual movement, every surface maintained at ideal temperature throughout the night, every amenity prepared for your comfort. The granite tub still holds the energetic memory of your evening's relaxation, while the rainfall shower promises a gentle transition from the languid peace of perfect sleep to the clean alertness needed for engaging with the world. But there's no urgency, no pressure to immediately begin the routines that usually mark the start of a day. The Penthouse has given you the gift of time itself. Your phone rests silently on the polished bedside table, still protected by the Penthouse's electromagnetic field from the digital world's constant demands. You're aware of its presence without feeling any compulsion to immediately reconnect with external obligations. The profound peace you've experienced has created a protective buffer around your consciousness, allowing you to choose when and how to re-enter the stream of daily life. For now, you're content to exist in this perfect moment of transition. The smart glass ceiling above continues its gradual transformation, becoming increasingly transparent as your eyes adjust naturally to the strengthening daylight. Through the crystalline barrier, you watch clouds drift across the morning sky like thoughts across a peaceful mind, their movement hypnotic and soothing. The sight connects you to something larger than yourself while maintaining the intimate cocoon of comfort that surrounds your awakening form. Your muscles begin to respond to gentle mental commands with fluid readiness. The perfect sleep position maintained by the adaptive mattress means that circulation has remained optimal throughout the night, leaving you free from the stiffness that usually accompanies waking. Instead of needing to stretch away discomfort, you feel like you're made of silk and starlight, every fiber relaxed yet ready, every joint settled into its ideal position. The Penthouse's lighting system completes its sophisticated morning performance, having gradually shifted from the amber glow that supported your sleep to the full spectrum illumination that now bathes the space in golden warmth. The transition has been so subtle, so perfectly calibrated to your natural circadian rhythms, that your brain has adjusted effortlessly. There's no harsh awakening, no jarring shift from darkness to brightness, just the gentle bloom of consciousness in perfect light. Your thoughts begin to organize themselves with remarkable clarity and optimism. The mental fog that usually clouds morning awareness has been completely cleared away by your restorative rest, leaving your mind bright and focused yet perfectly calm. Ideas seem to arrange themselves with logical precision. Priorities organize naturally without effort, and the day ahead appears not as a series of obligations, but as a canvas waiting for your creative engagement. The climate control system makes its final morning adjustments, ensuring that as your metabolism increases with full consciousness, the environment around you remains perfectly calibrated for comfort and well-being. The humidity shifts to optimal levels for clear breathing. The temperature rises by precisely the right amount to match your body's natural warming, and the air circulation creates the gentlest possible movement that brings fresh oxygen to your senses without creating any disturbance. Through the glass walls, the city below shows increasing signs of vibrant life, but even its awakening feels respectful and purposeful from your aerial sanctuary. People move through the streets with what appears to be calm intention rather than frantic urgency. Traffic flows with smooth efficiency, and the urban landscape pulses with the quiet energy of millions of souls beginning their days with hope and possibility. From your floating cocoon, you feel connected to this human tapestry while remaining peacefully separate from its immediate demands. The living wall continues its contribution to your awakening environment, but now its work focuses on supporting conscious awareness while maintaining the sense of tranquility that has defined your experience. The plants seem to breathe with you, their leaves rustling softly in the whisper of perfectly conditioned air. The oxygen they've produced throughout the night reaches optimal levels for mental acuity, while the negative ions they've generated create an almost electric sense of well-being that enhances every breath you take. Your body feels transformed by the night's perfect rest, not just refreshed, but fundamentally renewed. The cellular repair processes that occurred during your deep sleep phases have worked with unprecedented efficiency in the ideal conditions of the penthouse. Your immune system hums with quiet strength, your nervous system sparkles with clear communication, and your muscular system feels both completely relaxed and ready for whatever movement the day might require. The view through the transparent barriers captures your attention as the morning light paints everything in shades of possibility. The harsh angles of the urban landscape have been softened by the golden rays streaming across the city, transforming concrete and steel into something that looks almost organic, alive with the energy of human creativity and cooperation. Windows reflect the strengthening sunlight like scattered diamonds, each one representing someone beginning their day with hope and intention. As full consciousness settles completely into your restored form, you become aware of something profound and transformative. This isn't just awakening from sleep, but awakening to a deeper understanding of what rest can accomplish when given the perfect conditions to work its ancient magic. The stress patterns that usually greet morning consciousness are simply absent, replaced by a quiet confidence that whatever challenges or opportunities the day might bring, you have the energy, clarity, and inner peace to meet them with grace. The penthouse seems to sense your complete awakening and responds with subtle shifts that support your transition toward activity while maintaining the sanctuary's peaceful atmosphere. The smart glass walls pulse gently with your breathing, the lighting adjusts to support whatever you might need, and the climate control continues its vigilant maintenance of perfect comfort. Every system remains dedicated to your well-being, ensuring that the profound restoration you've experienced continues to support you as you prepare to engage with the world beyond these crystalline walls. Your consciousness feels expanded in ways that go far beyond simple physical refreshment. The perfect sleep environment has allowed healing to occur at levels you never knew were possible, clearing away not just physical fatigue, but emotional residue and mental clutter that may have been accumulating for months or years. Your spirit feels lighter, your heart more open, your mind clearer than it has been in longer than you can remember. The morning sun climbs higher in the sky, its rays streaming through the transparent ceiling to bathe you in warmth that feels like a blessing. The light carries with it the promise of possibility, the invitation to step into a day that feels fundamentally different because of the profound rest that has prepared you for it. The city spreads out below you like a living mandala, its patterns of streets and buildings creating geometric beauty that speaks of human ingenuity and the endless potential for creation and connection. And as you lie there in these final moments of perfect awakening, cradled in comfort and bathed in golden light, you carry with you the deep knowing that this experience has changed something fundamental about your relationship with rest, with peace, with the very possibility of feeling completely restored. The $97 million penthouse has given you more than luxury. It has given you a glimpse into what sleep was meant to be when the world was quieter, when rest was sacred, when dreams were given the perfect stage on which to perform their mysterious work of healing and renewal. The sanctuary that has protected and nurtured your sleep throughout the night now prepares to support whatever adventures or challenges await in the day ahead, ensuring that you carry with you the profound peace of perfect restoration as a gift that will continue to unfold long after you leave these walls of glass and light. This is the true luxury, not the price tag or the prestige, but the profound gift of consciousness renewed, spirit restored, and heart opened to the infinite possibilities that each new day holds when we are truly, deeply, completely at peace. Your awareness settles into this moment, like morning mist gathering in a valley, each breath carrying with it the profound recognition of what you've just experienced. The penthouse continues its vigilant care, but now there's something different in its attention. The senses detect not just your physical awakening, but something deeper, a transformation in the very quality of your presence. Your consciousness has been refined by the night's perfect rest, polished like a gemstone until it reflects light with unprecedented clarity. The living wall responds to your complete awakening with its own subtle shift. The plants seem more vibrant now, their leaves catching the morning light with an almost crystalline quality. The jasmine's fragrance has evolved into something that speaks of new chapters rather than endings, while the eucalyptus clears pathways in your mind that you didn't even know existed. The entire ecosystem of the penthouse feels more alive, more connected, as if your renewed consciousness has awakened something in the space itself. Your body begins to stir with movements that feel like poetry in motion. Each gesture flows with the fluid grace of someone who has been completely restored at every level. Your fingers trace patterns in the air as you stretch, and even these simple movements feel significant, purposeful, as if you're conducting an invisible symphony of well-being. The smart mattress responds to your shifting weight with microscopic adjustments that continue to support your perfect comfort, even as you prepare to leave its embrace. The view through the glass walls has transformed yet again as the sun climbs higher into the morning sky. The city below no longer looks like a collection of buildings and streets, but like a living organism breathing with the rhythm of millions of hearts beginning their day with intention and hope. From your elevated sanctuary, you can almost see the invisible threads that connect every person down there, the shared humanity that pulses through the urban landscape like golden light through crystal. Your thoughts move with unprecedented clarity and purpose now, organizing themselves into patterns that feel both logical and inspired. The mental clarity isn't sharp or aggressive, but gentle and encompassing, like morning light that illuminates everything without harsh shadows. Ideas that seemed complex or overwhelming yesterday now appear with obvious solutions, while new possibilities emerge with the natural ease of flowers opening to greet the dawn. The Penthouse's audio system makes its final adjustment, shifting from the subsonic frequencies that supported your sleep to tones that enhance conscious awareness, while maintaining the profound sense of peace that has characterized your experience. The sound isn't quite music and isn't quite silence, but something in between that seems to emerge from the very walls themselves, frequencies that support mental clarity while honoring the sacred quiet of your awakening. Your skin feels different now, renewed at a cellular level by the night's perfect conditions. The purified air has worked its gentle magic, and every pore seems to breathe with enhanced vitality. The temperature regulation has been so precise that your body feels like it exists in its own perfect microclimate, neither warm nor cool, but simply ideal. Even the touch of the bamboo sheets against your skin feels like silk, blessed by angels. The bathroom awaits with its promise of gentle transition from the languid peace of perfect rest to the clean alertness needed for engaging with whatever adventures the day might hold. Every surface has been maintained at body temperature throughout the night, every fixture prepared to support your comfort. The granite tub holds memories of tranquility, while the rainfall shower promises renewal. But there's no urgency, no pressure to immediately begin the rituals of daily preparation. Through the transparent ceiling, clouds drift across the strengthening blue of morning sky, like thoughts across a perfectly peaceful mind. Their movement is hypnotic and soothing, connecting you to the vast expanse of possibility that stretches beyond the confines of even this extraordinary space. The sight reminds you that while the penthouse has been your sanctuary, the entire sky is your true ceiling, the whole world your eventual playground. Your breathing has found its natural rhythm of conscious awareness, each inhalation drawing in air so pure it seems to carry starlight through your bloodstream. The living wall's contribution to your environment has reached its morning peak, creating an atmosphere that feels alive with gentle vitality. The oxygen levels are perfect for mental acuity, the humidity ideal for comfortable breathing, the air circulation just enough to keep everything fresh while maintaining the profound stillness that has defined your rest. The city's awakening becomes more apparent now, but even its increasing activity feels respectful and purposeful from your aerial vantage point. People move through the streets with what appears to be calm determination rather than frantic urgency. The urban landscape pulses with quiet energy, and you can almost feel the collective hope and intention of millions of souls beginning their day with possibility rather than obligation. Your consciousness feels expanded in ways that words can barely capture. The perfect sleep has cleared away layers of accumulated stress and mental clutter that you didn't even realize you were carrying. Your spirit feels lighter, more buoyant, as if you've been relieved of invisible weights that had been pressing down on your shoulders for months or years. The renewal goes deeper than physical refreshment, touching something fundamental about your relationship with peace itself. The Penthouse's climate control system continues its precise work, maintaining the perfect environment for your transition from rest to activity. As your metabolism increases with full consciousness, the temperature adjusts by fractions of degrees to maintain ideal comfort. The humidity shifts to optimize breathing, and the air circulation creates the gentlest possible movement that brings vitality to your senses without creating distraction. Your muscles respond to mental commands with fluid readiness that surprises you. There's no stiffness, no need to work out kinks or stretch away discomfort. Instead, your body feels like it's been perfectly tuned, every system harmonized and ready for whatever the day might require. Your joints move with the effortless grace of well-oiled machinery, while your muscles feel both completely relaxed and energized with sustainable power. The smart glass walls pulse gently with your breathing, their transparency shifting almost imperceptibly as they continue to filter the strengthening daylight. The glass doesn't just protect you from the outside world, but seems to enhance your connection to it, creating a barrier that separates without isolating, that protects without imprisoning. Through these crystalline shields, you remain part of the world while being held apart from its demands. Your phone rests quietly on the bedside table, still protected by the penthouse's electromagnetic field from the digital world's constant chatter. But now you feel ready to choose when and how to reconnect, not from obligation, but from a place of centered calm that can engage with external demands without being overwhelmed by them. The peace you've experienced has created not withdrawal, but strength, not isolation, but grounded presence. The morning light streaming through the transparent barriers bathes everything in golden warmth that feels like liquid joy against your skin. Each ray seems to carry with it the promise of possibility, the invitation to step into a day that feels fundamentally different because of the profound restoration that has prepared you for it. The light doesn't demand your attention, but offers itself as a gift, illuminating your path forward without blinding you to the beauty of the present moment. Your thoughts begin to turn toward the world beyond these walls, but not with anxiety or reluctance. Instead, there's a quiet excitement about carrying this profound sense of peace into whatever challenges or opportunities await. The perfect rest has given you not just energy, but perspective. Not just clarity, but compassion for yourself and others who haven't had the luxury of such complete restoration. The living wall seems to sense your approaching departure and offers its final gifts. The plants release their accumulated oxygen in gentle waves, creating an atmosphere so pure it feels almost sacred. The fragrances shift one last time, becoming something that speaks of journeys beginning rather than rest ending, of possibilities opening rather than sanctuaries closing. Each breath carries with it the essence of renewal and the promise of carrying this peace forward. The penthouse itself seems to pulse with quiet satisfaction, its systems having completed their night-long mission of providing the perfect environment for restorative sleep. Every sensor continues to monitor your well-being. Every control maintains optimal conditions. But there's a sense of completion now, of work well done. The space that has been your guardian through the night prepares to release you into the world, confident that it has given you everything needed for whatever comes next. Your consciousness feels polished to a shine that reflects light in all directions. The mental fog that usually clouds morning awareness has been completely swept away, leaving your mind bright and clear, yet perfectly calm. The anxiety that often accompanies awakening in the modern world is simply absent, replaced by a quiet confidence that you can meet whatever the day brings with grace and centeredness. The view through the glass walls captures your attention one final time, as the city below shows the full bloom of morning activity. But even the urban bustle looks different now, less like chaos and more like a dance, less like competition and more like collaboration. The perspective gained from your night of perfect rest allows you to see the beauty in the complexity, the poetry, human life, in the everyday rhythms of, as you prepare to eventually rise from this sanctuary of perfect comfort, you carry with you not just the memory of extraordinary rest, but the deep knowing that true peace is always available, that healing happens in stillness, and that sometimes the most profound transformations occur when we're lying perfectly still, surrounded by beauty, and held by spaces designed to honor the sacred act of renewal. The morning sun continues its ancient journey across the sky, painting the penthouse in ever-changing shades of gold and crystal, and you remain peacefully suspended in this perfect moment of awakening, feeling profound gratitude for the gift of sleep elevated to its highest expression, rest transformed into renewal, and consciousness polished until it shines with the quiet radiance of someone who has been completely, utterly, beautifully restored. The awareness that you will soon leave this sanctuary brings not sadness, but a deep sense of completion, like finishing a perfect symphony or watching a sunrise reach its peak. The penthouse has given you exactly what you needed, not just physical rest, but a remembrance of what peace feels like when it's given space to flourish completely. This memory will travel with you long after you step beyond these walls of glass and light. A treasure more valuable than any material luxury. A gift that will continue to unfold in quiet moments for years to come. Your consciousness begins to crystallize around a single profound realization. This isn't just the end of a perfect night's sleep. It's the beginning of understanding what rest was always meant to accomplish. The penthouse has been more than shelter, more than luxury. It's been a teacher, demonstrating through glass and silence and perfectly calibrated air what happens when every obstacle to restoration is gently removed. The living wall pulses with its final offering, each plant having contributed to an alchemy of healing that goes beyond simple air purification. The jasmine releases one last whisper of fragrance that seems to encode the night's peace into your very cells. The eucalyptus clears pathways in your consciousness that will remain open long after you leave this space. Other plants add their subtle signatures to an atmosphere that feels charged with the memory of perfect rest. Your body responds to the approaching transition with remarkable fluidity. Each movement feels intentional rather than necessary, purposeful rather than urgent. The smart mattress has been your silent partner through the night, and now as you begin to shift your weight more deliberately, it continues its supportive embrace until the very moment you choose to leave its surface. Even this simple act of preparing to rise feels like a sacred ritual rather than a mundane necessity. The bathroom beckons with its promise of gentle transition, but you find yourself reluctant to abandon this liminal space between sleep and full engagement with the world. The granite tub still radiates the energetic memory of your evening's soak, while the rainfall shower waits with infinite patience to provide whatever cleansing ritual your spirit might desire. The towels hang at perfect temperature. The mirror reflects morning light with crystal clarity, yet none of these amenities demand immediate attention. Through the transparent walls, the city has transformed into something that looks less like urban sprawl and more like a living mandala of human possibility. Streets flow like rivers of intention. Buildings rise like monuments to creativity, and windows catch the strengthening sunlight like scattered prayers made visible. From your elevated sanctuary, the harsh realities of urban life are softened into something that looks almost choreographed, a dance of millions of souls moving through their daily renewal. Your breathing has found its perfect rhythm now, each inhalation carrying not just oxygen, but something more subtle, more precious. The air itself seems to hold the memory of your night's restoration, and every breath reinforces the cellular changes that have occurred during your perfect sleep. Your lungs expand with effortless ease, your bloodstream carries vitality to every extremity, and your nervous system sparkles with the clean energy of complete renewal. The penthouse's climate control system makes its most delicate adjustments yet, responding to the subtle changes in your body temperature as consciousness fully settles into your restored form. The environment around you remains perfectly calibrated, neither pushing you toward activity nor encouraging further rest, but simply maintaining the ideal conditions for whatever choice you might make about how to spend these precious moments of transition. Your thoughts move with unprecedented clarity and grace, arranging themselves into patterns that feel both logical and inspired. The mental clutter that usually accompanies awakening has been completely swept away, leaving your mind like a clear pool that reflects reality without distortion. Ideas emerge with natural ease, priorities organize themselves without effort, and the day ahead appears not as a series of obligations, but as an open canvas waiting for your conscious participation. The smart glass ceiling continues its gradual transformation, allowing increasing amounts of natural light to filter through while maintaining perfect protection from any harsh frequencies. The sun's rays feel warm and welcoming against your skin, carrying with them the promise of possibility and the invitation to step into a day that feels fundamentally different because of the profound restoration that has prepared you for it. Your muscles respond to gentle mental commands with fluid readiness that seems almost supernatural. There's no stiffness to work through, no aching to overcome, no gradual warming up required. Instead, your body feels like it's been perfectly calibrated overnight, every system harmonized and ready for whatever physical demands the day might bring. Your joints move with the effortless grace of well-maintained machinery, while your muscles feel both completely relaxed and energized with sustainable power. The living wall reaches its crescendo of contribution, each plant now working in perfect harmony to create an atmosphere that supports conscious awareness while maintaining the profound tranquility that has characterized your experience. The oxygen levels are ideal for mental acuity, the humidity perfect for comfortable breathing, and the subtle circulation of purified air creates a sense of vitality without disturbance. Through the glass walls, you can see people beginning to appear on distant sidewalks, their movements carrying the purposeful energy of those who greet morning as opportunity rather than obligation. Cars flow through streets with smooth efficiency, and the urban landscape pulses with what appears to be collective intention rather than individual struggle. The city looks alive with possibility, and you feel ready to be part of its daily miracle of renewal. Your consciousness feels expanded beyond its usual boundaries, as if the perfect sleep has dissolved some invisible barriers that normally constrain awareness. Colors seem more vivid, sounds carry more meaning, and even the simple act of breathing feels connected to something larger and more beautiful than your individual existence. The restoration has touched not just your body, but your spirit, leaving you feeling more present, more alive, more connected to the fundamental joy of simply being conscious in this remarkable world. The Penthouse seems to sense your complete readiness for the day ahead and responds with subtle shifts that honor both your restored state and your approaching departure from its protective embrace. The lighting adjusts to support whatever activities you might choose. The temperature remains perfectly calibrated for comfort, and every system continues its vigilant maintenance of ideal conditions. Even as it prepares to release you into the world beyond these walls, the space maintains its dedication to your well-being. Your phone rests quietly on the polished surface beside you, still protected from the digital world's demands, but somehow less threatening now. The profound peace you've experienced has created a buffer zone around your consciousness that will allow you to engage with external obligations from a place of centered calm rather than reactive anxiety. You feel ready to choose when and how to reconnect, not from pressure but from a position of grounded strength. The morning sun climbs higher into the sky, painting everything in shades of gold and crystal that seem too beautiful to be coincidental. Each ray of light carries with it the essence of possibility, and you feel ready to step into whatever adventures or challenges this day might hold. The perfect rest has given you not just energy but perspective, not just clarity but compassion for the complexity of modern life. As these final moments of perfect awakening unfold, you find yourself filled with profound gratitude for this extraordinary experience. The $97 million Penthouse has revealed its true value, not in its price tag or prestige, but in its ability to create conditions where the ancient art of restorative sleep can flourish completely. You've been reminded of what peace feels like when it's given space to expand, what rest can accomplish when it's truly protected, and what consciousness becomes when it's allowed to emerge naturally from profound restoration. The city spreads out below you like a living testament to human creativity and resilience, and you feel ready to rejoin its daily dance of possibility. The sanctuary that has held you through the night prepares to send you forth not just rested, but renewed, not just refreshed, but fundamentally restored. The memory of this perfect sleep will travel with you like an invisible gift, a reminder that true peace is always available to those who know how to create the conditions for its flourishing. And as the morning light grows stronger, and the world beyond these walls of glass and silence beckons with increasing warmth, you carry with you the deep knowing that you have experienced something rare and precious. Sleep elevated to its highest expression, rest transformed into renewal, and consciousness polished until it reflects the infinite possibility that exists within every moment of truly peaceful awakening. The Penthouse holds you gently through these final precious minutes, its systems working in perfect harmony to maintain the ideal environment for whatever transition you choose to make. Whether you rise immediately to greet the day, or linger in this perfect moment of restoration, the space remains dedicated to honoring your journey from the depths of healing sleep to the heights of conscious possibility, ensuring that every breath, every heartbeat, every moment of awareness unfolds in the embrace of perfect peace. And so, our journey through this extraordinary glass sanctuary comes to its gentle close. You've experienced what sleep was always meant to be, rest elevated beyond luxury into something sacred, something transformative. The $97 million Penthouse wasn't just a destination, it was a teacher, showing us that true wealth lies not in price tags, but in the profound gift of consciousness perfectly restored. Thank you for sharing this peaceful journey with me. Sweet dreams, wherever you are in the world tonight.